So there are several myths around the area of confidence, a few statements that I've come across, and I just wanted to explore these myths with you today. This is myth number 1. Confidence cannot be learned. You're either born with it or you're not. Really? What is confidence like, the color of your eyes, the color of your hair, that you're just born with it? Contrary to this myth, apparently confidence is a skill and it can be learned and it can be strengthened to experience through different things that we're doing. And I just want to share with you the small video clip of this rock climber called Honnold, who I find extremely inspiring. And just take a few seconds to watch that video and I'll talk to you after that.
How did you learn to ignore fear?
It's not that I ignored fear. So there are a couple parts to it, but basically I worked on it to the point where it wasn't that scary anymore. I prepared to the point where, I broadened my comfort zone, whatever you want to call it, but I basically systematically prepared until it wasn't scary. And the reason that the film took 2 years is because it was really scary for a really long time. And even before we started making the film, I'd been thinking about El Cap for many, many years, but hadn't acted on it at all because it seemed too scary. So it's not like I just learned how to ignore the fear. It's like I just sort of worked on it until it wasn't scary.
So he prepared for the climb. So he systematically started building towards the climb, started building his confidence. I guess that's where the phrase build your confidence, grow your confidence comes from. So it is something that you can learn and build. And myth number 2 is confident people are confident all the time. Now, I want to share with you a small video that I watched of Sophia Loren. If you don't know who she is, she's an 86-year-old Italian actress who's been acting since she was 16 years old. Now, in this video, what caught my attention was something that her son shared. He said, as a part of Sophia Loren's acting process, she gets in front of the camera and she says, "Oh my God, I can't." So the interviewer goes on to ask him, does she doubt herself? And he says, every day, every take, every moment. And I find this inspiring because here is an actor with over 70 years of acting experience, with Grammy Awards, Golden Globe Awards and whatnot, and yet every time she faces the camera, she says, "Oh no, I can't." Now, is she confident? I would say heck yes, because she's got 70 years of acting experience and she's an amazing actress. Is she confident all the time? I don't know. What do you think? And this is myth number 3. Confident people have no fears or insecurities. Now, I don't know if you really believe in this, or I don't even know how this myth got formed. Is it possible that someone has no fears, no insecurities? Really think about it. Anyway, I just want to read to you something from Steve Jobs' graduation speech in Stanford. And this is what he said. He said, "I felt that I had let the previous generation of entrepreneurs down." And he said, "I tried to apologize for screwing up so badly. I was a very public failure. And I even thought about running away from the valley." Now, if you don't call that fear, if you don't call that insecurity, what is it? And if you think Steve Jobs wasn't confident in spite of all of that, how do you think he's built an entire empire of Apple products? There's something to just think about. So I'm just going to ask you, so what are some beliefs that you have around confidence that limits you perhaps in some way? What are some myths that you believe in? And maybe just take a moment to think about, are those myths actually true? How do you know that they're actually true? Yeah, and I'd love to hear from you, and I'll see you later in the other videos.